Who are you taking a picture of? Not me.
Yeah,
Are we both in shot or just me?
just you. Always just you.
Why is that? Because I move.
I don't know. Yeah, I think so. It's tracking you. Hi. So, it's been a tough few weeks, not gonna lie. We've been hit here in the UK by storms. First there was Storm Kira, then Storm Dennis, and then there's another storm. Well, there was a storm this weekend that didn't have a name, and then there's another storm coming in tonight with snow. And I think that plus, the mud. Don't push him in the mud.
No, don't do it. We won't push.
Plus, our sheep have escaped again. And we've had problems with the fencing. We lost a barn door in the storm. It's tough at the minute.
But we've got some good plans to try and turn some corners, particularly with our growing this year, because our vegetable garden is essentially a mud bath. Everything's built on rock up here. There's only a little bit of topsoil, but if we relocate some of our garden near the polytunnel on our big lawn behind our house, there's slightly better drainage, and perhaps we can control that space a bit better.
Yeah, we really have suffered. So a few videos ago we showed you our walled garden, and that was going to be where we were doing a lot of work and going to put the new vegetable garden in. We've actually decided that at least for this year that's not going to happen, that it's going to be more work to get the drainage sorted there than to just put some new beds in a different place where the soil is better and grow there.
And then potentially that space can house chickens, or may have to house some sheep in there a bit as well, if we can make it secure enough. Basically, we need to make sure that we've got fencing that our animals can't get out of as much as possible, and that is a lot of investment, a lot of time, and it doesn't always work. Particularly because soya sheep are wild sheep, and that's essentially what they do, is they run away.
Yeah. So I think one of the things that I've really been struggling with, and I wanted to ask you about, was, do you think it's worth it? Like, we could give everything up. We could sell all the animals, and we could just have some chickens.
We could buy sustainable meat from local producers. There are other producers out there. Yeah, we could do that. I like being close to everything that we consume. I love what we do with the animals. I love being part of this community. What about you?
I don't know. I mean, I'm not ready to throw in the towel at the moment, but I just sometimes it is so hard and so much work. And this time of year, it's pretty brutal. We don't have the infrastructure. We don't have the funds to invest a lot of money in things.
And we've had so much amazing investment in terms of the polytunnel and things like that, which are working really well. But fencing is a huge undertaking. We're not commercial farmers. We're never going to make money back on that.
Yeah. I don't know, but I guess the thing with all of this is that, we just have to move forward. That there's things that can't wait.
Oh, this is a really cheerful conversation.
Now, our whole business is built on people coming here to see the animals, to see how we live. And the reality is that sometimes it's really hard, and sometimes it's not, it's not always worth it. There would be easier choices we could make in the day-to-day. And I think one of the things that I've always been really keen on is showing people on Instagram and things that it is really beautiful, it's really worthwhile, but it's not always like that. And sometimes it's just holding on by the skin of your teeth and hoping that a better day, comes the next day.
And a lot of it's also time. So many of these projects take so much time, and we've got to prioritize where we can pay the bills, which means working on things that maybe don't pay off as quickly. Things like growing your own food. Well, you can go and get really good vegetables locally, to grow them's, you know, hours and hours of work, lots of time. The same with meat. I mean, you know, you could argue that we're being absolutely ridiculous.
I think if you think about any of it too hard,
It hurts.
yeah. But I mean, one of the things that I come back to all the time is that, you know, one of the things that we're doing, we're a small, tiny cog in a bigger wheel of, you know, people who are trying to decentralize a food system and live more resiliently and, you know, on the land.
Well, our resilience is being tested.
Yeah. But still, you know, fundamentally, I believe that that is what we should be doing and what we're really good at.
And we're standing in a beautiful polytunnel that's 16 degrees Celsius. That's growing food right now. You know, we have happy children, great neighbors. So, you know, whatever the weather, we've got a lot to be thankful for. We have a hell of a lot to be thankful for. And so many people go, oh, I would love to do this and want to do this. And yeah, do it. It's great. But
sometimes it's not, and that's okay.
That's fine.
So I think that we'll end this bit of talking there before we depress everyone.
But then we'll just see how we feel at the end of the day. We've actually done a lot today, just to put it in perspective. We've made hotbeds. I've moved a bunch of compost. You've done some sheep fencing fixing. Yesterday, I cleared a new route into our barn, so that because our garage door was blown down in a storm. We're making a market garden. We need to come up with an interesting way to keep animals in our existing veg garden. Yeah, some of it's okay. It's okay.
No, I mean, I think that that's one of the things that we have to remember is that our lives are very tied to the seasons. You know, so in summer, you know, when we are sitting outside with our forage your own pizza workshops, and they've come and they've gathered armfuls of vegetables from our gardens and from the woods, and then we're cooking wood-fired pizzas. It really is the best feeling in the world. Or teaching people to make bread, or teaching people to, teaching people, I don't know, just helping people connect.
Or walking to the corner of your garden and finding your third year of wild garlic.
Yeah.
Growing beautifully.
Yeah, or...
which we just looked at 20 minutes ago and we were like, oh, this is so nice. So, you know, a bit like the rain, our mood goes up and down.
Sunshine and showers.
Yes, that is probably how we are today.
Yep, that would be the best way to describe us. So, you know what? It will be spring.
It's not long to go. I can feel the warmth.
We will develop the skills that we need to get through this. But you know what?
Let's do this. Come on, let's get do some more.